welcome back to my channel and welcome to another vintage tips and tricks video. I finally got lights. I have a couple of softboxes pointing at me, which means I can shoot on gloomier days and when it's dark, which is after 4 o'clock in the UK. I've been put off shooting a lot, both pictures and video, because of the lighting, and it just comes out really grainy and bad quality. So hopefully this will help make me be a bit more productive as well. Today I'm going to do a little get ready with me for a 1960s look. I'm wearing a little 1960s dress that I got from L Train Vintage in New York, in Brooklyn to be exact, in 2015. It was ages ago now. But I used to dress 1960s and 70s quite a lot more in my teens and my early 20s. And then over the last few years I've just become kind of fixated on the 40s and 50s. But I've been feeling the love for it recently, especially for layering. I feel like it's really good for layering in winter, and it is quite an easy way to stock up a vintage wardrobe without having to break your bank, especially if you're new to vintage. I feel like 60s and 70s is a little bit more approachable as well. Anyway, I posted a photo the other day on my Instagram and a lot of people asked me to do the hair and makeup from that, so I thought I would just do a get ready with me. My hair is looking shocking. I haven't done anything to it, but I will start with my makeup first and foremost. I'm using an almost empty bottle of NYX concealer under my eyes, if I can get some product out of it, because it's basically empty, you guys. I never do particularly heavy makeup, so that's not really going to be what I'm going for today. I tend to just make the eyes and the lips really bold, and I find that that's enough for me, but it just depends on the coverage that you like, so you do you, boo. And then I'm going to powder my face with this face powder from Milk. I love this stuff. It's really good for just like creating a really even finish and reducing any lines and stuff on your face. Gotta love that. So I'm just taking a fluffy brush like this, dipping it in. The powder has really accumulated on the top there, so I like to tap it into the lid. I'm putting quite a lot on because I don't have any concealer left, so something has to cover all this up. I'm gonna go in and do my eyebrows. I tend to keep them pretty natural. I'm just gonna brush them all upwards. Then I use one of these brushes, it's like a little angle brush, and I'm currently using this eyebrow gel, which I actually got just from the supermarket in France, but it had vegan written all over it. It's from Essence. It was like €3, and I just have it in brown, and I just basically follow my natural brow line. I'm not trying to get a definite shape or anything. I quite like the shape of my natural eyebrows, so I'm just kind of going with it. And I don't want them to look too drawn on because I want the focus to be around my eyes, so just some added definition. So I would be interested to hear how many of you guys like really stick to an era. Like, are you guys very much set in the 60s or the 50s, the 40s, or do you like to mix it up as well? Or do you find you get stuck in an era? Like, I get stuck in particular eras. I think it also depends what you've got in your wardrobe. Like, I have 40s and 50s stuff in my wardrobe, so that's what I've been wearing. But I am planning to sell a lot of my stuff. I've just had things for a long time and I feel like getting some new stuff, but I don't want to have a massive wardrobe. I just don't have the space for that, and just think it's unnecessary. So I'm going to sell off some stuff. I'm not going to change permanently to the 60s and 70s or anything, but I just want some new pieces in various decades. I like having the option of changing decades. And I think as much as I love the 40s and 50s, sometimes I feel like I have to try so hard. Like, it takes a lot of preparation and like pin curling the night before and brushing out and everything. Sometimes I just want a bit of a more casual, easy look, and I feel like the 70s in particular offers that. And the 60s you can achieve a bit more easily, like the bedhead kind of look was popular, or you can just get like bangs and a straight cut, and just tussle your hair a bit and you're ready to go, as opposed to having to like set it every day. Of course, it depends on which part of the 60s you're talking about and which particular style avenue, but you know, there are options to be a little bit more casual than the 40s and the 50s, I think. Now I'm going to use some NYX eyeshadow primer. This stuff I absolutely love. You really, if you want like a bold eye look, you really need to use a primer of some sort just to get the eyeshadow to stick to your lid. It's kind of pretty important. So let's get it on there. I'm going to go in with a pretty neutral color. I'm just using this kit from Sleek, I think because the writing is black. Oh, there we go. I wouldn't say it's great. The pigmentation is not great, but it will do. And here's the colors I have inside there. And I'm going to be going in with, actually I think I'll go in with this kind of pale peachy one here. No idea what the name of it is. And I'm just going to be swatching it all over my whole lid with this massively oversized brush, but the one I needed is covered in orange eyeshadow. So I'm not using that one actually. Why am I not just using the palette mirror? So much easier. So I'm bringing it right in here, right next to my nose, and then right out to the outside of my eye. Basically the width of my eyebrow. And making sure it covers my whole lid right up to my eyebrow. Okay, so that's that so far over my whole lid. I'm then going to go into my crease with this mid color here. It's kind of a pale browny taupe color. I'm going to do that in my crease. Now, I am by no means a makeup artist. I just like playing with makeup, so sorry if you're looking for like proper instruction, but I don't have that skill set. Now I'm going to go in with a slightly darker brown. Do I want to go for a sparkly shade? Yeah, maybe. Actually, I'm going to go in with this one here, which is like a slightly sparkly brown. It's got like a little bit of a hint of gold to it, which is nice. And I'm just going into this outer corner here. Rather than winging out, I'm going for more of a round shape. And then I'll come onto that little bottom corner of my lid. Then I'm going to get this little brush, slightly smaller one, and I'm going to go under my eye with the mid brown first, and then I'll go in with the darker brown. So I'm going to bring this basically round to where my lashes end, not into the very corner of my eye, but just where the lashes end. Now I'm going to go in with that darker, slightly goldish shade just on, like to carry it on from the end of the circle, just under about 1/3 of my eye. And I'm going to pat some white eyeshadow if I can find it. This is by Kiko Milano. I've since found out that they are not vegan, so you know, I'm just using this one up. So it's kind of a very pale cream color. It's not quite white, but it is really pigmented, which I really, really like, and I think makes quite a good 60s color. And I'm going over the inside of my eyelid here to like 2/3 across and sort of trying to blend it in a little bit with the dark color over there. But I'm basically following the shape of my eyebrow into the crease, so the powder sits under the crease line, like so. And I'm going to come back with that darker color and just kind of blend it across my eyelid a little bit. So I have a little bit of gradation. I'm just blending everything together so I don't have any harsh lines. I'd have to say this sleek eyeshadow does not blend very easily, so it's one of the reasons it's not my absolute favorite, but you know, I'll work with what I've got. Makeup is one of those things I don't really spend a lot of money on. I do spend quite a lot of money on red lipstick, but I just tend to wear the same eyeshadows over and over again in pretty similar shades. But I am considering going to Morphe and buying a palette, like probably not a full size one, but like a half size palette. So I have some more options. I really like matte eyeshadows, so I'll probably get a matte eyeshadow palette, and I know you can get them for like £15, and they are cruelty free and they don't sell in China, so that's good. I'm just gonna do my corners with, again, this is another sleek palette, and I'm just gonna use this frosty white color in the corner, and I'm literally just gonna do it with my finger. So it was harder than I anticipated because I forgot how long my nails were. Okay, but you can see I just have like a little bit of white in the corners there. Yes! And then I'm gonna put some blusher on for my big blusher brush. And I'm using a NYX blusher. You guys can see I have to sort of point it toward the light. And the color is Intuition. There you go. And I'm gonna be doing it sort of up over here, so it's sort of up near my eye and going up the side of my face. Like that. I can't really see. I've got Christmas songs in my head from rehearsing with Rachel. It's that time of year. You can see I'm aiming for this area here. I just want it to look pretty natural and flushed. I'm not trying to like contour my face or anything. I think it might be liner time. This is always the fun part that can go horribly wrong, but I'm gonna aim to do like a little corner sort of cat eye look where it comes in to the waterline here, sorry, to the tear duct and out a little bit, and then flicks sort of out that way. And maybe I'll do some lashes underneath, I will see. Again, NYX, and it is the matte liquid liner. I really like this. It comes with this type of brush, which is really easy to control, I find. I mean, it just depends. Some people like the little felt tip ones, but I prefer a little brush. So try and come in nice and close for you guys. I'm gonna go along my lash line, and I figure like I always start small with my liner and build up, because you know it's very hard to remove it without removing all of your hard work of your eyeshadow. Hopefully that wasn't famous last words. I'm coming right in to the inside of my eye and working in and down into my waterline. I'll do both sides and then I'll build up on each side. No, I've already made a mess. Story of my life. Usually do my makeup standing up. It's hard when you're sitting down because your clothing like tugs. Alright, it's a bit uneven at the moment, but I will fix it up. And I've got a piece here, but I have a feeling it might get incorporated, so I'm not gonna panic yet. I like to always do my liner like looking straight into the mirror rather than looking up or down or tugging my eye out. You'll see when I look straight ahead, I have a very small area to work with to put my flick, so I try to look ahead when I'm doing it so I know how it's gonna look in the end. You guys can kind of see what I'm doing. I know it's quite far away. I'll try cutting in when I edit so that you guys can see up a bit closer. Yeah, it turned out alright. So that's one side done. That's just the wing though, not the inside section. Eyeliner takes forever. I'm doing this really slowly as well so I can show you guys. I would rush through this a lot faster and probably make more mistakes for just like everyday makeup, but I'm going really slow to try and like show you what I'm doing. I have to say this lighting is great for doing your liner in. I went too fat and now it's gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Nah, no! So I'm gonna have to go in and do some doctoring because I don't have a steady hand today. Okay, it's a little bit better. This one's a bit bung, but it's happened now. Why is liner so hard? I need to do these inner corners of my eye. See if I can manage this without totally messing it up. Make sure your brush is reasonably dry for this. And then if I can get in close enough for you guys to see, hopefully you can. Just need to draw that inner, into that inner little bit there. And then I like to go back along my bottom bit as well, like So try and tip that way so you can see. So that's the inside corners of my eyes done. Now I'm gonna put some mascara on and then I'm going to finish with some lashes. I always do my mascara first just so that I make sure I've got an even coat on, and then I put even more on to blend the two together. I'm using the Tarte Lights Camera Action Mascara. I love this mascara. I find it doesn't damage my lashes too much, so I can use it every day, and it's very like soft. It leaves my lashes feeling soft rather than stiff and crunchy, so I like that. And I'm just gonna put a nice thick coat on the bottom lashes. I decided I'm not gonna do any of the like drawn on lashes with my eyeliner. I have done a tutorial like that before, so it'd be nice to do something different. And just put a lot of mascara on the bottom of my lashes today, which is a very 60s thing, so see I've got a good dose of it on there. Okay, so there's my lashes done for now. I'm gonna put some false lashes on and then I will figure out what I'm gonna do with my lips. I just use the Ardell Demi Natural Wispies. I don't have the box with me, but that's what I'm gonna use. So they're like the outer part of your eye rather than the whole thing. And I'm using my lash glue from Ardell as well. It does separate a bit, so I always have to give it a shake. Now I hope you have fun watching me put my lashes on. It's always entertaining. These have become like weirdly straight. I'm not sure what happened to them while they were in that box. It might fix up a bit when I put the mascara on. We'll see. All right, so that's that done. This eyelash, I don't know what happened to it. It's completely bung, but whatever. I don't have any other lashes, so we'll have to do. I'm going to get some lip gloss. I think I'll keep it really simple for my lips and just put some gloss on, and I'll get onto my hair. So this is just the NYX Butter Gloss in Peach Cobbler. Okay, so that's my makeup done, and now I'm gonna get onto my hair. For my hair, I'm gonna do like a half up, half down beehive sort of thing. So I'm just gonna split my hair straight down the middle, and then I'm gonna separate these front sections off. I'm just gonna spritz my hair with some heat protectant. So it's a very thin hair. Spraying myself in the eye, and I find it gets damaged super easily from tongs from a straightening iron. I don't tend to use my straightening iron very often, but for 60s looks I find it quite useful. I'm gonna split this off like so, give it just a light tease so I have a little bit of lift. I'm using the Kenra Ultra Freeze 30 spray, which I freaking love. Like literally nothing holds as good as this stuff. Love it. And you need hardly any for it to work. So I've teased here and here, splitting again on this side. Giving the tease is very light. I'm not gonna have a ton of lift here. I just want a little bit. You can see I haven't done a lot of teasing. And then teasing on the opposite side here. Just wanting a little bit of lift in the roots. Later on that won't really be so visible once I've finished with this. And then I'm brushing the hair slightly forward so that it frames my face because I want it to sit like this. My hair is already reasonably straight at the front today. I can never quite tell. My hair is actually naturally quite curly, but I've spent so many years curling it and straightening it and doing things to it that it just doesn't know what it is anymore. I pretty much have to style my hair now, otherwise it looks like Shit. Alright, I'm just going to use the tongs to smooth out these front little bits here. Just so it's smooth, like hardly any heat at all. Yeah, like not much at all. It's just that I want it to sit over my forehead a bit. I don't have the best layers at the front at the moment, so it doesn't quite sit how I want it to, but you guys seemed to like it the other day, so I will show you what I did. So I'm just curling my hair away from my face, just in like a big bouncy curl like that. And as I'm going, I'm doing the curl slightly lower each time. So this curl I started up here, this one here, so it gradiates. Then I'm just going to like leave it to set while I do the other side. So that's the front section done. I'm just gonna leave that to like cool off. I'm trying not to put too much heat in my hair, so I'm not gonna straighten all of my hair. I'm gonna do the beehive first, and then I will just curl the bits that need curling. So I've got this section here, just a small section that's gonna go back to create the beehive. I'm gonna very lightly tease this. Make sure it's teased all the way across. Give it a spritz. And then do the next section down. If you've got a really good hairspray, this will just hold really well. The Kenra made all the difference to my hairstyles, I would have to say, like from this being really difficult to it being incredibly easy. So cousin it tip right there. Now I just have to let my hair dry so that it doesn't lose its volume. We're good, I think. Flip her back, and then very carefully, I'm just like touching the top of it with my comb. I'm not actually combing through my hair because it will destroy the tease. So once I've sort of made sure there's no weird gaps or like teasing showing, I'm going to grab a section at the back here and bunch it together like this. To be careful and play a little bit so you don't lose the volume. And I pinch it together. I hope you guys can see, but I pinch it together and I push it up so that I can see how the beehive is looking. And I sort of coax and adjust. Move the hair around to where it sort of sits the best and looks the best. I'll keep these side bits out and I'll put them on afterwards. So I'm going to just pull those out of the way. Just working with this back little bundle here. Push that up to the desired height and pin it on down. I've just pinned it in the back. I'm working with the clips I've got the strongest. They're not the prettiest, but I'm not going out today, so you get the idea. Just crisscross it at the back to make sure that it stays with a couple of nice strong clips. Use your comb again to work out any of the kinks. That one bit there wants to keep popping open. So brush it in place and spray it to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. Alright, so that's that. And then I get these little side bits that I pulled out and I'm going to lay them across the side just to create like a gradient. along the side there. So see how I've laid it so I have a little bit of like a more of a shape along here. It is really hard to do this from this angle. So I hope it's turning out okay. I'm looking in the viewfinder and it kind of looks alright, but I'm very tiny, so it's hard to see. So you've got like the beehive shape and you've hidden like the side of the beehive with these. I'll show you from the back. Hopefully it looks alright. I can't see it, so fingers crossed. And I might give this front section a bit of comb through. Whoops, just caught the bit I literally just did. Okay. I might not even curl the back section of my hair. So I'm gonna comb this out and around. Actually, no, I will do these sections. I'm gonna try and get these to curl this way. Sometimes it works, sometimes it really doesn't. So. Alright guys, that is the finished look. There is the beehive. I mean, I kind of like when I see pictures of people like Bridget Bardot, their hair is kind of messy and tousled, so I don't really worry too much if there's like a bit of tease or like bedheadedness about the look. I just try and get that like swoopy out hair this way. The bangs kind of coming, or the fringe pieces coming over the forehead a bit, and then the beehive at the back. So there you go. That's the video, guys. I hope you liked it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and click that little notification bell so you know my videos come out. Follow me on my Instagram. Come and join the Vintage Tips and Tricks Facebook group. We would love to have you, and I will see you in next week's video. Bye.